Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere program. This is my channel. I am Zixradoom. Thank you for joining me today, and we are going to be producing these guys today. Sorry, these guys. Dyson Sphere components. So we're going to be building an array for these today. We do not have all the supporting materials. We're going to be building the array backwards this time versus my last set of videos where we built forward from the bottom up. We're going to build backward from the top down this time instead. Should make things slightly more interesting because the towers won't have all of the stuff in them immediately that they need to build all of this stuff. So hopefully we don't starve anything anywhere else, because you know that would be unfortunate. So alright, let's get going. So we are going to need a tower. I'm going to put it... Oh, where do we want to put these towers in this one? Right in the middle here? 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 Here looks good. Alright, and we're going to need some power for this tower. So let's just slap that guy down there. And stick that over there. I apologize for my voice today. I'm still feeling slightly under the weather. Hopefully that gets better soon. Now, I loaded this tower up with a whole bunch of these guys already, but there's nothing here on this planet, so let's actually take a bunch of those back, because that'd be silly. We're going to put 10 in for now. We can always add more later if we need them, because almost everything's going to be coming from off-planet in this build for now. Set up our proliferator, and we won't have room for warpers in this one, so we need these guys. We need frame material, we need solar sail, and we need processors. So solar sail and processors. Now processors we already have being baked somewhere else, so those will probably definitely come in. The solar sail array and the frame array, they were just starting arrays. They're extremely limited, so those will not fill up in a hurry. We will eventually have to go build new arrays for them and their supporting materials. So, alright, let's go ahead and get a conveyor belt going for these guys. Definitely gonna need this stuff. Gonna need warpers. I've been on the supply tower that kind of gets the planet set up, and I always turn the tech limit off and set the stack to 1. Like, we want as few of these warpers on the belt as possible. They're very expensive at this point in time. Like, compared to my total production, they are extremely expensive. So we want to keep as few of them on the belt as necessary. Alright, so where's our strong? Right there. So let's lay this out. It's going to be our output, and now we need 3 input lines for this factory. One of these days I'll spend some time getting more acquainted with the shortcuts. Like right now. There we go. Now I believe, how fast is this? 8 seconds. So 7.5 should be fast enough. 7.5 times 8 is 6. So 6 items. So it should be fast enough for the second one. The center one, I don't think it's gonna be fast enough though. That'll be 0.5 times 8 is 4. No, should be good. Should be able to do all of this with tier 1 sorters. Alright, and then get our... Whoops, let's try that again. There we go, and get this sucker, stick it there. And this time make sure to grab the recipe. Nope, that is not the recipe. Grab the recipe, there we go. Copy, paste. Alright, get our output line. go in here. Alright, now, how many of these guys do we need for what I want to do? We're gonna need 64, it looks like. Close enough for now. I'm not going for exactly perfect ratios, mostly because as time goes on, we're going to be building up newer and newer arrays, bigger and bigger arrays. Like, you know, the consumption is just going to get absolutely ridiculous, so it doesn't have to be quite perfect. I'd rather build block size arrays than individual. I'd rather build block sized arrays that can be copy pasted. It's probably more boring gameplay, to be completely honest, for some people, but I like it. Like for something like this, factory games, they can become like completely unmanageable if you do unique builds all the time for everything. It takes so long to run a unique build. And don't get me wrong, there are, you know, some people that's their preferred playstyle, and I'm not knocking that at all. You know, they're welcome to do that, but for me, it's just I don't have a ton of game time, and so I've got to kind of use it the best I can when I've got it. Let's make sure this isn't in the way. We're good. Okay. Alright, and then right there is our output. And yes, I'm building the manifold this time first instead of building the array first. Doesn't really matter in the long run. It just entertained me to build the manifold first this time. So, oh, and I did a goof. Let's fix this. Now, because this requires 3 inputs, these have to be offset. I don't know if you noticed that in a couple of the other builds that we've done together so far, but to make everything fit nice and easy and be tileable and copy pastable, we actually need an offset. So I didn't pay attention. So this is 1.5 per second, so that's enough. So 7.5 per second, and that's enough. And this is 0.5 per second, so that should be enough. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that all of the stuff that I'm putting on these belts is stacked. So technically those speeds are multiplied by 4. So I still don't need the higher level stuff. I just more like I do the math just in case for whatever reason I'm not stacking something properly or I screwed something up. Unlikely to happen, but always possible. Alright, so this is a full 32 array. 1, 2, so there's 4. There's 4. We'll go back and put the power poles in a minute. Oops, I'm gonna fix that. See, definitely not infallible. Shouldn't bother. I'm just gonna be down there in a minute making a new one anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8. Uh-oh. Oh, that's embarrassing. Looks like we're gonna run into that patch of stone, so we're gonna have to space the array out more than I wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should be just about perfect. Let's see, let's count 32. So we might squeak by that stone array just barely. Looks like we're gonna squeak by just barely. Have just enough room to put in a miner. Alright, let's get rid of the belts we don't need. Oh no. I didn't put outputs on these. Whoops. Alright. 3, 4. There we go. And problem solved. How are we doing on... Oh, we are running very low on sorters. I don't know if we'll be able to complete this. That's unfortunate. And then copy this, paste there. Once again, run that down. Alright, so we will copy and paste this array to get our full 64. And we'll see, yep, we don't have enough inserters, see? So, sorters, we don't have enough sorters, so. Oh, we can get rid of these for now, we don't need those. So we'll go ahead and copy, use now, plunk it down. It's going to yell at us because it doesn't like the fact that we're out of sorters, which is fine because we can get some back. Can you please give? What's going on here? Sorters only. There we go. Man, that's a pain. So we'll go ahead and delete some of these out. And we'll put in these instead. And that should get us enough to finish out the array. Pardon me. Let's do the deletes again. We're doing the delete on the center one. Probably doesn't make a ton of sense, honestly, but there we go. And we'll just take that right along. Doesn't get us enough. That is unfortunate. Well, I guess we'll just have to fill in with greens. Alright, how about this? There we go. And there, and there, and there. There. You. Now it is unfortunate that I'm doing this because it's going to use more power, and that was the whole point of using the Mark 1s anyways, because we could build the whole thing with, you know, Mark 2s or Mark 3s if we wanted to, but the whole point of using the Mark 1s is it saves you power, right? And really, power is going to be kind of our biggest issue right now. Mostly because I don't have a second Dyson sphere, and my first one's almost completely tapped out right now, and it's built out kind of as far as I really want to go with it. Oh, whoopsie, and I didn't put in power pole. Silly me. All right. 3. I'll probably need an extra on the end somewhere. Yep. So, after we get the small carrier rocket, after we build that array, which we're not building, you know, not now, but we'll be building soonish, you know, in a couple episodes. I'm relatively certain it'll come up relatively quickly. Once we have that factory going, the next step is to go and put down a tower in the O-type star system we want to go to, and get it cranking out. So we're really not that far off from achieving my goal of getting it started. You know, once it gets started, then we'll discover, I'm sure, that it takes so many resources, and we'll have to go and do upgrades on the production lines. But you know, that's one of the reasons why we play these games. You set a goal for yourself, and you do what you need to achieve that goal. Come up with a plan or ad hoc it, you know, whatever you prefer. And then, you know, you'll have knock-on issues that cause problems or reductions and stuff. And you'll go and you'll solve your problems. And it makes these games lots of fun. There we go. So if that's our input, these feeders need to go this way. Alright, and that's that. So perfect. So we just gotta turn these on to demand. Which is basically going to eat our entire supply of solar sails and frame material. Like I really don't have a very big array producing a ton of that stuff right now, so hence the reason why I said we're kind of starting forward and going backward. We've got 10 ships. Oh, for the processors. Okay. All right. So all we're doing now is we're gonna scope it out. You know, gonna take all the time to build this. Might as well enjoy the view, right? Zoom in a little bit here so we can see it all go through in its glory. All right, and there's our processors. And that's our solar sails, I believe. Yes, it is. So hopefully our frame material will be coming up here pretty soon. That had a farther distance to travel, so that's probably going to take a lot longer. Actually, no. It's about the same distance as the solar sails. It's the same system, same solar system, at least. So that's that black hole. That's where I found the monopolar magnet, whatever it's called. This stuff, unipolar magnet. That's where I found the unipolar magnet. It's that black hole right there. It's getting farther and farther away. Oh, cool! You can even see a ship. Oh, that's cool. How fun! Oh, and there we go. There's our frame material. Yes. So we should have Dyson sphere parts coming out here pretty soon. Structural. What are they called again? Dyson sphere component. And there we go. There they are. Beautiful. Oh, silly me. Now, they don't have to be proliferated because the only difference they make is in the speed with which the carrier rockets are built. But I kind of like having it. I like it, in my opinion. Now, this is probably going to be a problem, so we're going to turn that. We're going to turn this down to like 10,000 for now, because there's only one consumer of these things, which is the carrier rocket. So, I mean, the downside to building up a giant buffer of these things is that that buffer doesn't just represent these specifically. That buffer represents all of the materials that it took to build those also. So we're gonna turn that down. You know, we're gonna turn it way down because we don't want. If we let this thing go to the 20K cap, it would literally eat everything that I'm producing in my factory right now forever. So we're gonna turn that way down. In fact, let's turn it down to like 4K. Because like the only thing that uses these, I'm pretty sure, is the carrier rockets. Yeah, that's it. So, but yeah, there we go. We got our array going. So we don't have a ton of solar sails, and we don't have a ton of frame material. So I think we're gonna have to build one of those next. So let's take a look. We have... Where's our next array gonna go? Over here? Maybe? In fact, these... I don't expect that... Famous last words, I probably shouldn't do that. I'm tempted to use up the space, but of course, once I start wanting to dome every star in the entire star cluster, that'll become a problem, so... I don't know if there's actually enough resources in this game. Looks like over here might be the next best place. Maybe we need too much. I mean, I do want some buffer, because these things are only going to build so fast. I guess we'll leave it at 4K. That's 2 logistics ships, whatever these things are called. Logistics vessels. That's 2 logistics vessels, so... Yeah, and you can see how fast we're using these up. So I guess these are next on the list to get built. How are we doing in the entire star cluster for production? That's going to be... They need graphene, carbon nanotubes, which use graphene. And they use... Where'd it go? Titanium alloy, which we're producing like almost nothing. So it looks like we gotta fix that. Now, this is the entire star cluster, don't forget. So, what else do these things need? These things need silicon, high purity silicon. So we've got, we're already producing. We've got an array producing this, like, a beginning of the end game size array producing this stuff. As you can see here from the production rate, it's huge. It's 3.5K. Although the consumption rate's even bigger, so it's gonna have to get expanded here sometime soon. I have to go back to my smelting planet. Looks like we're gonna need more energetic graphite too, so. Steel, we got almost no steel, so titanium alloy requires steel, we got almost none of either of those, so. What else needs steel? Come to think of it. Steel, so this needs steel. What else needs steel? Nothing? Nothing else needs steel. No. Something else needs steel. These guys. No. Really? Really? Oh, there it is. Okay. Thrusters. That's it? Wow. So our steel array basically has to be big enough to feed our our titanium alloy array with a little bit extra. So, all right, well, let's go make some biscuits, as one of the YouTubers I like to follow calls them. I don't call them that, but she does. So. All right, which grid line are we on for this thing? This one here, and we need to leave space, so we want to get farther away from those copper nodes. So I don't know here. I've measured this before with one of the arrays. I think I'll just eyeball it this time, probably to my regret. But oh, and we're right between them. Oh, that's good then. This is perfect then. Okay, so that is not the button I wanted. There it is. That's the button I wanted. Alright, let's go ahead and lay this sucker out. We got that. Some long distance pulls going on here. we go. Get us some power. Alright. Put on some ships. I think we'll start with 10 with these guys again. Get some of that sweet, sweet proliferator. For these, we need 3 ingredients, so we will have to belt in the, oh, that's silly. That's silly. There we go. We're gonna produce these here. I don't, like, what else needs these? Is that it? I felt like there was something else that needs these. Something like a higher volume item. These guys? No. 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 Okay, well, I guess in that case we're not gonna fill this tower completely in that case. And this is all gonna be, I mean, we'll remote supply, but it's all gonna basically be local demand. So, I mean, there'll be some building for the shopping mall and stuff. Oh, speaking of the mall, oh, we might need to go get some inserters. Probably gonna need to go get a whole bunch of inserters. Alright, so these need carbon nanotube, titanium alloy, carbon nanotube, titanium alloy, and high purity silicon. There we go. And I think we'll go ahead and request a full tower of that. Maybe. Hold on. Request a full tower of this. We'll request half a tower of this. And as time goes on, we'll probably have to either we'll be producing so much stuff where we won't matter anymore, or we'll have to come back and adjust these levels to make sure that we're not, you know, because if we're over demanding stuff and we really don't need the demand, then, you know, that could be an issue. So, but we'll see. All right. So I guess let's take a trip back to the mall. It's a long way to go, so hopefully you guys don't mind sticking around. Always use the skip button if you have to, if you don't want to watch this. Alrighty. Off we go. Oh, resource utilization. Nice. Alright, 8.4 light years. We are coming along. Now, one of the reasons why... Oh, we're really getting there that fast? Holy cow. If I spend too much time in that menu and get lost, then you guys won't know. Well, you'll probably laugh. You'll probably stick around, though. We'll see. I tell you, like, the warp is kind of difficult. Like, the icons come up so fast and the screen's crowded. It's very difficult. Actually, how's this planet doing? Yeah, we're so little titanium alloy. Let's go look at that array real quick, if I can find it. Oh, there's our steel array. Got some. Now, I know, you guys are asking, why, if I've got these things already, why am I building more? Well, because, as you can tell, one, this planet's very cramped, and two, I built a lot of low-volume stuff here. Oh, there's our nanotubes. How are we doing on nanotubes? We're probably gonna have to up that eventually. You know, it's all cramped, and there's no room for expansion. Gonna be really low volume. Can I find that Titanium alloy array? Please? Please? There it is, right there. Yeah. Yeah, it's barely keeping up. It's not refilling the tower, although we don't have new demands on it, but, like, the speed at which it's refilling the tower is pretty low. So, alright. The mall is right next to us. Perfect. Alright, we came back for... well, I guess we'll pick up some wind turbines over here, if I'm making any, which I may not be. Nope, not here. Some power plants. Now, there is a lava system, a lava planet in that system that I'm in. Why can't I find... There it is. So, I may actually need to get these going, which you can see I don't have them going here, so... this will top up on these guys. Don't need an overfill. Yeah, we'll get a stack. Why not? And then, don't need those, or those, or those. Oh, we are gonna need these. How many we got? So, 2, 3, 4. The reason why we need these, there is a gas giant in that system, and we are gonna need a ton of deuterium. So we're going to need a ton of hydrogen, we're going to need a ton of deuterium, we're going to need to set up fractionators over there. I might grab those now, maybe later. Still kind of experimenting with a good fractionator array layout. Do we need these, actually? Do we need regular towers? No. We got tons of those. Way more than I probably need. I'm going to pick up more of these, honestly. I've been using up a lot more of them than I thought I would. Oh, we got a whole stack. Okay, we'll put some of those back. Local towers I'm not using as much. Still got lots of these suckers. We'll get a couple of those. Now, here's what I've really been running out on. So we're going to grab the whole stack of them. The whole container. And we'll top up these guys because I really haven't been using them much. Probably should top up splitters, grab all the belts. We're using lots of yellow belts. And you're finding I'm not using a lot of high-level belts, probably because because of the way I'm building them, kind of like in components. The only place I need the high-level belts is like in the backbones and manifolds of things. I'm really not finding a really big demand for them when I'm building the individual manufacturing arrays. So. Grab some of these because I'm using lots of those because of my current building technique. Stackers really aren't burning through anymore. Spray coaters we're not really burning through necessarily, so I don't think I need more of those. I grab these because I really want to use them because I think they're fun, but I really haven't been using them. Get rid of just silly to carry around just 3. Well, I'll probably stick that in my core. How are we doing on? God, so much of that good stuff. Got mining machines. We're gonna have to find on that volcano planet. Hopefully, there's enough sulfuric acid. We're gonna need a ton of sulfuric acid for this titanium alloy. So I'm gonna build that mine. I don't think we need those yet. We're not Dyson sphering in that system. I'm not doing the discharge. I'm discovering that I really don't like the discharge. Like that, I find they're really hard to work with because, like, if you turn off your production of these guys, you know, you think it'd be like a closed loop system, but like it's not working out that way. Like, I don't know, maybe my thresholds are wonky, but like, you know, I put the thresholds for demand really low for the charged ones because, like, I don't want to have, you know, a whole tower worth of charged ones laying around. And, like, I demand these, but, I mean, another part of it is I may not be charging enough of them, so that could be an issue. So we'll see. I'll have to look into that eventually. Not right now. Alright. I think we want these. because I think we're gonna set that up relatively soon. I got a feeling we're gonna need the deuterium. Got our inserters, got our power poles, I'm barely using these guys. Maybe I should put those back and save inventory space. Like, I'm not really using them much at all. Now they draw power. Might want to grab some furnaces while I'm here, because those are... This titanium alloy build's coming up here pretty quick, so... I guess that's gonna be it. For now, we'll find out. Hopefully I didn't miss anything and have to run all the way back again. Alright, so that's where we're going. There we go. Alright, that's where we are. This planet? Yeah. Oh, gas giant first. Let's go there first. There we go. Because we can put down the towers. Oh, I can barely see where this planet is. Right there? Looks like right there. Off we go. So yeah, so I'm building up my I guess my initial build out at the end of the game of infrastructure to get to that O-type star, and you can see it there in the distance. I believe I've pinned a planet because I scoped out the system a while back because I was like, I think I want to go there eventually. So I scoped it out on one day when I was just messing around, didn't really feel like building anything, and it looks like where we want to go, and there's a couple good planets in that system. And also, like, it'll be a good place to start building out from around the rim of the star cluster, because the resources in the star cluster, they get a lot more plentiful on the edges of the cluster. You know, towards the center, closer towards your starting planet, they're not nearly as plentiful. All right, so we're gonna put these guys down. We're gonna literally fill this planet. There is a maximum you can put on the planet of these towers, so we're gonna put them as close together as we possibly can. And this does take a little while because the planets are so blasted big. You can see how big these grid squares are. Now the downside to sucking these things out of that box is... Oh wait, no, we didn't actually empty the box. So yeah, these things use those charged thingamajigs, the charged accumulators or whatever they're called. And so, like, you know, every time I gotta manufacture them, it takes more of those accumulators, the charged accumulators, out of my discharge system for power. So the discharge system has just not been working out as well as I wanted it to, and so I've been switching over to deuterium fuel cells because it's just easier. It's easier to go source sync than it is to have, you know, have a closed circuit. And closed circuits are just so much more of a pain to balance right now. I just really haven't figured them out in this game. So yes, this is going to take a little while. We got to circle the whole planet, putting these guys down, get lots of time to build up hydrogen and deuterium. In fact, we're going to be using so much deuterium at one point in time that, you know, deuterium just from these towers is not going to be enough. We're going to have to build a fractionator array, or whoops, I screwed that up. Get out of here, please, 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 get... No. Why? Really? Oh. There we go. Yeah, and as you can see, you know, my building... Whoa. Oh, they're behind. Oh, of course they are. Alright, let's go back. Now, I do need to do this to a gas giant that has fire ice, because as time goes on, we're going to need a lot more. I mean, we're going to need more and more graphene. I don't know how much more. I know we're going to need a bit, because we need carbon nanotubes and the spin form stuff, whatever it's called. Where is it? That one. Like, this stuff is rare, so I don't imagine we'll get enough to sustain us till the end, or, well... For the rest of our career in this playthrough, I don't know if we'll be able to find enough in the star cluster to be able to support us. So We are 3/4 of the way there. Ah, so close. Almost done. We are 7/8. Now we're a little less than 7/8. But that's going to be all the time we have for this video. So, thanks for joining me today while we do these builds and put extractors on this gas giant. And I hope to see you all soon. If you like the video, please like the video. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.